Hello my dear students and welcome to today's class. As you can see on your screens, the topic is sound. So children, I am going to tell you about sound. How is sound produced? Characteristic of sound, types of sound, and about noise. So let's start the chapter now. What is sound actually? Sound is a form of energy. It is a sensation that can be felt by our ears. Okay. From which body organ helps us to hear the sound? Ears. Okay, in case there is we close our ears, so we won't be able to hear anything. Okay, so with the help of ears only we are able to hear. Okay, different objects produces different kinds of sound. The sound of your car starting is different from the clicking of a sound. Everything has got a different sound. Okay, if the baby is crying, if I'm teaching to you, I have a different sound. The baby is crying, he or she may have a different sound. Everything has got a different sound. And which body part help us to hear and recognize that sound? Ears. Okay. So sound is very important in our lives. We make ourselves heard by making a sound. In other words, sound help us to communicate. In case we are not able to hear, how can we express our feelings? We won't be able to communicate. Okay, so sound is very much important to communicate. Now, how is sound produced? Okay, have you ever played a drum or at least seen someone playing it? There's a part of the drum called the cymbal. When you strike the cymbal with a drumstick, it produces a lingering sound. You can see it vibrating. Now hold it with your hand at once. Hold it tight so that it stops vibrating. What happens? The sound stops when the object stops vibrating. This shows that a sound is produced when an object vibrates. So the sound also stops when the object stops vibrating. When the objects vibrate, only then you can hear the sound. In case the vibration stops, the sound also stops. Okay, now coming to the next page. What is vibration? Just now I told you, in case there is no vibration, no sound. But let me tell you now what vibration is. Vibration hoti kya hai? See, vibration is the to and fro rapid movement of an object from its fixed point is called vibration. To and fro, this way, this way, this way, this way. That is to and fro movement. Okay, of an object from its fixed point is called vibration. So guitar, for instance, produces a sound only when you strum its string with your hand. Then stretch a rubber band. A stretched rubber band will not produce sound. You now pull the rubber band slightly and leave it. This will set the rubber band into vibration. A sound can be heard. Same way, a turning fork is a sonorous object. It has a handle and two prongs, as you can see over here. In other words, it produces sound when it is struck on hard surface like number pad. These vibrations produces a sound. When we blow a whistle, a shrill sound is heard. This sound is caused by the vibration of air that we blow into the whistle. Okay. So I think I'm very much clear what is vibration. Vibration is to and fro movement of any object from its fixed point is called vibration. Okay. Now, these are the activities which show how vibration produces sound. Just you can go through it. There is nothing much to explain over here. Now, how is sound produced by human beings? Okay. In human beings, there is an organ called larynx. The larynx is responsible for producing sound. It is located in the throat region. It is located in the throat region at the upper end of the neck. Okay. It is commonly called the voice box. There are thin membranes that stretch across the voice box, and these membranes are called vocal cords. Where is it found? Upper region of the neck. Okay, and it is called voice box, and it has many thin membranes. Okay, and these membranes are called vocal cord. Okay, now in other words, vocal cords are two bands of elastic tissues. The vibration of these vocal cords produces sounds. Okay, the The vocal cords are held together by muscles. These muscles control the vibration of these vocal cords. When you are silent, the vocal cords remain closed. Like right now, if I don't speak, okay, I am at silent mode. Now my vocal cords, they are not moving. While talking or making a sound, air enters the windpipe. The air entered thus causes the vocal cords to vibrate, and vibration produces sound. Fine. Now propagation of sound. What is propagation of sound? Take a drumstick and hit it on the drum. Observe carefully. What do you see? You will see the surface of the drum vibrating. These vibrations also set the air molecules around it into vibration. Imagine the air molecules to be small particles. When a sound wave passes through these air particles, it pushes the air particles, thus compressing it, and then again pulls it apart. The area where the air particles are compressed together is called compression, and where the area where the air particles are pulled apart is called rarefaction. Okay, you can see this in this diagram also, it has been explained here. This is a drum, and what you do, you take a drumstick and beat it on the drum. Okay, now what will happen? The air particles will also start vibrating, which are in contact with the drum surface. Okay, here as you can see, increased pressure, whenever the pressure is increasing, okay, it is going up. These vibrations also set the air molecules around it into vibration. Imagine the air molecules to be small particles. When a sound wave passes through these air particles, it pushes the air particles, thus compressing it up, and then again pulls it apart. Okay, now the area where the air particles are compressed, where they are compressed together, they are called compression, and when the air particles are pulled apart, they are called rarefaction. Okay, now sound travels through a medium. For the sound to travel, okay, it needs some sort of medium. If I try to speak in a room which has no air, it's all vacuum, the sound cannot travel. Okay, so sound needs a medium to travel. The medium may be a solid, liquid, or a gas. It is necessary to have molecules that can vibrate in the space in between the ear and the object. It cannot travel through vacuum. Just now I told you, if in case I am in a room which has vacuum, and if I speak also, you won't be able to hear. So air is very much required. Okay, now moving to the next page. These are all small activities through which you can understand that air needs some medium to travel. Okay, it cannot travel in vacuum. Okay, just go through them. There is nothing much to explain over here. Okay, now this is very important, children. Just listen to it very carefully. Ear is the organ that helps us to listen to sounds around us. Okay, the ear is divided into three main parts: the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear. The ear which we have, through which we can hear, okay, it is divided into three parts. First, we'll talk about the outer ear. It consists of a pinna and an ear tube. Pinna is the visible part of the ear. It directs sound waves inside towards the ear tube. The ear tube ends in a membrane called the eardrum or the tympanum. Okay, as you can see over here, okay, this is the outer, this diagram is there, the outer ear is shown, the middle ear has been seen, the outer ear, the middle ear, and the inner ear has been shown. Fine. Now the ear tube that ends in a membrane is called eardrum or tympanum. Okay, now we'll talk about middle ear. It contains three main interlocked bones. These bones are called malleolus, incus, and stapes. These bones are arranged in such a way that when sound waves reach the middle ear, they are passed on to the inner ear. The opening of the eustachian tube is also within the middle ear. Okay, now we'll talk about inner ear. It is filled with a fluid which vibrates when sound waves reaches the inner ear and contains the organs of the hearing called cochlea. The inner ear has tiny hair-like structures. They convert the vibrations into electrical impulses and pass them to the auditory nerve that is connected to the brain. Fine? The auditory nerve takes the electrical impulse to the brain where it gets interrupted and is sent back to the ear. This is how we hear a sound. The hair-like structures also help in to maintaining balance. Okay. Now, moving to the next one. Characteristics of sound. What are the different characteristics of sound? Sound is in the form of waves. The features of the waves are frequency, speed, and amplitude. Based on these features, the sound shows variation in pitch and loudness. So, let us take the movement of simple pendulum to understand the frequency and amplitude. To understand frequency, you will have to know what oscillation is. Look at the adjoining picture on the right side. The bob of the pendulum is at position A when it is at rest. When it is moving, it goes to position C and then come back to position A. Again goes to position B and then finally come back to position A. This complete 1 and 2 flow motion. This is to and fro motion of an object through its mean position is called oscillation. Now, see, this is the bob you have seen. It's on mean position. When it will move, it will go here. Then again it will come here. Then it will go and then it will come here. This is known as oscillation. Here, going from here, and again coming back to its mean position, that is called oscillation. Fine. Frequency is the number of oscillations that takes place in 1 second. In 1 second, how many times it is coming and going and coming back to its mean position. Frequency is measured in hertz. Okay. Now, amplitude. What is amplitude? Look at the simple pendulum again. When it oscillates, its bob goes from A to C and A to B. C and B are the extreme position or the extreme displacement of the bob from where its mean position. The measurement of extreme displacement of an object from its mean position while vibrating is called amplitude. I told you just now, when the bob is going to and fro, okay. The bob was at stationary position, now it is going to B, then again coming back to A, then again going to C and coming back again to A. So, here the maximum displacement from its mean position here and there, it's known as amplitude. Fine. Now, what is time period? When the bob moves from C to B and from B to C, it completes one oscillation. The time taken to complete one oscillation is calculated as time period. It is measured in second. Okay. Now we'll talk about pitch. What is pitch? Sound of different frequencies produces different sound. Sound of different frequencies produces different sound. You must have noticed the difference in voices of a man and a woman. A woman's voice is shrill while a man's voice is deep. This shrillness is known as pitch. It depends on the frequency of the sound waves. Higher the frequency of the sound waves, higher is the shrillness of the pitch. Okay. Now, loudness. What is loudness? Okay. The characteristic of sound depends on the amplitude of the sound waves. Higher the amplitude, louder is the sound produced. Okay, loudest means कितना जोर से. So okay, जितनी amplitude ज़्यादा होगी, okay, the more the amplitude, the more is the loudness. Okay, now different types of sound. Here you can see on your screens now. There are different types of sound. Some sounds are loud and some are low pitched. Some are pleasant to the ears while some are irritating and noisy. A sound can be grouped into more than one category. For example, a sound can be high pitched and a low at the same time. Some sounds are inaudible. Now there are different types of sound. First is audible sound. Sounds that can be heard by our ear are called audible sound. जो हम सुन सकते हैं, that sounds are known as audible sounds. Okay, I can hear. Okay, that means I can hear means that sound is audible. If I say I cannot hear, that is inaudible. Okay, sounds that cannot be heard by us are called inaudible sounds. Fine. Then next one, different musical instruments. Okay, regular vibrations produce musical sound, whereas irregular vibrations produce noise. What is the difference between sound and a noise? Sound is very pleasant, but noise, that is very irritating. For some time you can hear, but after some time you really don't like to excuse me, but after some time you really don't like to hear at all. That is called noise. Musical instruments produces a pleasant sound called music. These instruments are played in such a way that the vibrations produce a soothing and entertaining sound. Musical instruments are of three types. They are wind instruments, Persian instruments and string instruments. Persian instruments, the surfaces of these instruments is made up of stretched membranes. When hit, the membranes vibrate, thus producing a sound. The pitch and the loudness of the sound produced is controlled by the tension in the stretched membrane. Okay, these are all called percussion instruments. Now wind instruments, which you blow from your mouth, those are known. And see, in percussion you were hitting with your hand. Okay, that way. See, tabla and all are there, you are hitting with your hand. But in wind instruments, what are you doing? You are blowing air. Okay, in this type of instrument you blow it into it such that the air column inside it vibrates, that's producing a sound. Okay, and the examples of wind instruments are flute and trumpet. Okay, now stringed instruments. String, what is a string? It's a wire. Okay, so these instruments are ones that have string running across the length of the instrument, and these are guitar, violin, sitar examples of string instruments. Now I'll talk about Jal Tarang. Do you know what is Jal Tarang is? Jal Tarang is a handmade musical instrument that consists of 8 bowls of same size. Each bowl has different volumes of water in it, thus creating an air column of different lengths. It has a pair of sticks which when the bowls are hit to make sound. Jal Tarang. 8 bowls are there, they are kept, and in each bowl different volume of water is there, and you start hitting with a stick. Okay, that is Jal Tarang. Then what is an echo? What is an echo? Echo can be when you hear the sound again and again in your ear. That is known as echo. When you go to the hills and you call out your name loudly, what happens? You will hear the same sound again and again, because your voice, it is striking the hills, and from there it is coming back again to your ears. Okay, so sound can be reflected or observed. Echo is simply the reflection of sound by an obstruction some distances away. Okay, now what is noise? Just now I told you, अच्छी नहीं लगती noise. Okay, for some time you can tolerate, but after some time you start get irritating. You get your frustration level goes very high. You really don't like. Stop. That is the thing at last you can say. Okay. Unpleasant, that is unpleasant, irritating sound that causes uneasiness or discomfort is called noise. Now, presence of noise in the surroundings in such a way that gives disturbed or unable to concentrate is called noise pollution. Noise pollution, what are the causes? Loss on concentration, disturbance while speaking, sleeping. Okay, when these jagrans and all are there, or when DJ parties are going on, just next to your house, you're not able to sleep. Okay. Then stress, loss of hearing if imposed to prolonged periods of noise pollution and ear damage. Now how to control noise pollution? Okay. We should always talk softly and avoid shouting and screaming. We should avoid using loudspeakers or sound boxes. We should not play loud music or use a horn unnecessarily while driving. Concerts and music shows should not be held near residential areas. We should control bursting of crackers, especially at the time of Diwali. A lot of noise pollution is there, air pollution is there, which really harms us and as well as the animals also. Okay. So with this, I end the chapter. I hope you all have understood. Read the chapter once again. Thank you and have a nice day.